Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shutdoor or Doorshutter coming back to you with episode 16 of Shutdoor's 1.16.5. And I'm a little sick. I have a cold, but I do need to record an episode, so I hope you guys can bear with me as we try and get this episode done and get a little bit further in progression. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some obsidian and some redstone here. And we are going to actually go down to bedrock. I've been working on getting this area a little bit prepped because I didn't fill in this area. I filled in the basement under the house, which means that this staircase is kind of just sitting here. So I've dug a hole. I'm going to put an elevator. I'm going to make a little room, little house right there, a little hut, I guess. So we actually can get it down here a little bit more efficiently since the nether portal is down in this staircase and all that fancy jazz. But alright, so if you guys don't know what I'm about to do, we can look at the Flux mod. This is called Flux Networks, and basically you need to get Flux dust to actually start the mod. And sooner or later, you can get an actual Flux block rather than using just Bedrock. But we're going to use Bedrock so we can get a Flux block, and then we can somewhat automate it in a minute here. So we just throw redstone, we throw a piece of obsidian, we just right click. Maybe? Is that not it? Bedrock and obsidian. Oh, okay. You just punch it. You don't right click. Okay. So, now that I know what we're actually doing, let me break this and let's try again here. Alright, so we throw the entire stack here. We do this. We punch it, and then we get a whole thing of it. Okay, so that works. So we'll make a flux block. We'll get some modular routers, and we'll actually automate this. So yeah, but yeah, there's the nether portal, and we're just gonna fly back up here. What do we actually need for a flux block? Oop, not the right button. So we need flux cores. Flux cores are obsidian, flux dust, and eye of ender. So we'll tab the eye of ender as well. Alright, so we should have enough stuff here. Ender pearls, blaze rods, and we need how many cores? I believe it's just 4, right? And then you only get, oh, you get 4 for actually 1, so that's all we need. So I don't need to make it that many. Alright, so there's a flux block here. So with modular routers here, let's see, modular routers. So we have things like the breaker module, which we'll probably need, right? Because we want to be able to break the obsidian once it's down on that level. We also probably need a placer module. I don't know if we'd actually have the ability to right or click on it, actually, now that I think about it. Dropper, distributor, detector, breaker, activator. Simulates right clicking blocks. That's not what we need. We need an actual left click. I don't see a way to actually do a left click. Alrighty. So I'm back. I actually missed an upload this week, and I'm sorry about that. One of the reasons actually is because I was trying to figure out something with this mod pack. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to take a second here and just talk. The problem with 1.16.5 is a lot of mod authors are either taking a lot of time or just completely done with Minecraft modding. And if you guys haven't realized that, it's kind of a sad thing where a lot of people just are stepping back from Minecraft modding because it's so hard to just keep up with every single update. Especially with 1.18 around the corner, we're basically to the point where most mods are going to have to be rewritten, especially world generation mods like Biomes of Plenty are probably going to have to be rewritten because of how much the world gen changes. It's an absolute insane thing. But honestly, I tried to find anything and everything for creating an automated Flux network system, and in all honesty, without adding new world gen, I wouldn't be able to do it. I tried to look into cyclic, but the problem with cyclic is it adds so many things, and I would have to remove almost everything from the mod, and some things I can't remove because it's brewing potions and things like that. The only thing I could have done is hide them, which means they're still in the game, which is kind of not the point of me, hiding them and removing them. Um, so there's nothing I can really do. So we're gonna be not doing as much automation, I'm assuming, this go around, just because there's not a lot of mods. And I do, search every other week, basically for new mods, anything and everything. And I've been playing Sky Factory 1, and I'm taking some mods from there because it's just cool to do that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to make you guys aware that honestly 1.12 and 1.10 are probably the best versions to play for mods, just because they have a lot more. So keep that in mind. Who knows, maybe I will go back a version or two in the next mod pack, just because honestly I miss the old days. I miss being able to automate everything and not have a problem finding mods. um so yeah. All right, quick talk over. Let's get back into the game. All right, so what we can do is we just have to manually make Flux for now, and that's, not something I really want to do, of course. Spend hours looking into it and trying to figure anything out. That's not going to happen, all right? Unless some magically thing appears, then I got nothing. All right, so Flux plug. We need a few of these things. So let's grab some of this. Let's just make 4 eyes of Ender. Let's go for Flux cores. Let's just make a few of them. All right, make a Flux block. All right, so we need a Flux plug and a Flux point. By the way, that's what we're making. All right, so Flux point. We need a redstone block. Oop. But yeah, it is kind of getting sad that there's a lot of mod authors falling off of the wagon. And there's also Fabric, which is another mod loader, which has some people actually have switched over to. In all honesty, I'm not 100% sure why. I'm not really somebody that's all into the technical aspect of everything, but I just hope we get more mods in the future, but who knows. So provides energy to adjacent blocks actively, and then receives energy. So let's do Flux plug here. We'll set this to disable limit chunk loading and select a new network. We'll add a new network. We'll just call it Shutdoor's network. That's fine. We'll just do private create. All right, we can do surge mode too. That's fine. All right, so what we'll do then is we want to start with refined storage, right? So what I'm thinking is having, how do I want to do this? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to put everything in here. I mean, I do want to put the terminals and all that in here, but I don't want to put all of the networking stuff inside of one room, if that makes sense. So what I think we'll do is we'll come down here, and we're just going to carve out a wall straight ahead here for the controller and everything. And we basically created a Flux network point to actually not have to run cables everywhere. That's just gonna be a very good thing in the first place. So, all right, so we have a room carved out there. Let's go get what we need. So we need like a controller. So refined controller. All right, so we need something like this, which is enriched quartz or enriched iron, quartz enriched iron, silicone, which is nether quartz. And again, I didn't find anything to actually automate making quartz, so we'll have to probably just mine that. And we need to get the digital miner and mechanism. I think that's the next step after we get refined storage up and running, is start full-fledged with mechanism, because mechanism is going to be a savior, especially with the digital miner and all of that. Of course, Project E will be, more and more useful as time goes on, because it just takes quite a bit of time to get everything going. I think we'll focus on Project E a little bit next episode, but who knows. All right, so we then need some quartz, which honestly, we don't really have a lot of quartz, which is kind of sad, but that's all right. All right, so furnace, just throw some quartz in here. And there's no chest or anything connected to this, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but... also, I mentioned earlier that I've been adding some mods from Sky Factory 1. The cobble gen thing, we're going to actually go ahead and use these. These aren't too expensive, but we're going to use this sooner or later. We're going to probably replace the stonework stuff, because I don't really like the breaking sound, so... Alright, I think that should be good. So let's go back, refined, controller, and let's actually highlight this. Okay, so we need machine casing, which requires a actual, what was it? I'm pretty sure it's a stone block. Right? Okay. And then an advanced processor, which is raw advanced, which is processor binding, which is string and slime balls. All right. And once we get everything into a refined storage system, we'll actually be able to make this a little bit easier, because we don't actually have to worry about looking in every single chest, And we're also almost at a string. I really never picked up that much, so. Okay. And we'll need a diamond or two. Alrighty. And some redstone. Let's just grab a stack. Alright. Let's go smelt that, make a controller. Another thing, I do have some plans with Project E in the future. Whenever we get enough material to actually get the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, and tier 7 of the actual condensers and all of that. Are the collectors, I think? Are they collectors? Here, hold on. It's going to drive me nuts. What are these? Collectors. Okay. Once we get enough of the collectors tiered up, we will be able to not really have to worry about resources, in all honesty. Which is a good thing, but, that's for future, basically, so. Okay, so we have a controller. Where do we want to place this? So I was thinking placing the controller like very back, putting this on the Shutdoor's network, surge, disable, limit, chunk loading. Okay, so we have that. Now what we need is a disk drive. Oh, and also, yeah, doing that actually shows that we have extra disks, which definitely is going to be a fun thing to mess with. Especially because we have so many, like infinite fluid, which is, expensive as can be, don't get me wrong. It's not like I can just go out and buy it at the grocery store, right? So, that's a thing to keep in mind. Alright, so let's see. So, actually, let's look at the normal storage disks. So, refined storage in this disk. Okay, so we need like 1K to start. Of course, we can actually just get some of this material from these things. So let's actually do that. Let's grab a few materials. I don't think... Yeah, I just put this one in here. This is a new one. Also, I hope you guys don't really mind that I just keep adding these off camera. Like, over time, I slowly add new energy collectors and condensers just because it kind of gets repetitive. Of course, like this one really isn't complete yet, so kind of left that one alone. Netherite's going. We have like Eternalist fuel. Of course, I accidentally middle clicked in the Eternalist fuel one and lost everything. My bad. I really need to stop doing that, but it keeps happening, and I feel bad every time I do it because it's just like so many hours of work for these things, and they just completely goes bye-bye. But alright, so I think that's enough on silicone. 4 stacks. We'll leave the 2 in there. Actually, no, we'll just take the 2. And then we'll throw in... We can throw in some processor bindings. These won't be too expensive. We'll get a couple stacks of these. And I do have a plan, sooner or later, to make Project E basically the way of resources. Which means that we won't really do much processing sooner or later, but it is going to be very expensive, so we will have to, you know, build up to that point, of course, but for now, I really hope we can do that in the future. It'd be pretty cool. Let's actually throw the enriched quartz iron, or quartz enriched iron. Goodness. Alright, so let's get... How much did that go? Okay, so we got about a stack in there, so let's grab that. And let's make some 1Ks. I might not make just 1Ks, because since we can EMC these, we might just make a higher tier than that. Alright, so we just make some storage parts. Okay, so we need glass. Glass. Okay, so let's just make one of these, right? I ain't gonna make all of them. I'm just gonna EMC these, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so let's make the 4K part here. So the 4K requires basic processors. Basic processors are the binding, iron ingot, and that. Okay. And I made 3 stacks, which I might be just EMCing the 4K. And I'll probably get up to 64 real quick. I think I'm going to do that real quick off camera. I'll get a few 64Ks, and I will be right back with you in a second here. Alrighty, so I may have went a little overboard with these storage drives. I made 1024K storage disks instead of 64K. It's a little bit higher, just by a smidgen, but they'll work the same. Currently we just need a chest, as we're making the disk drive to put these disks inside. Also, every single one of these drives, well, not these drives, but the storage part cost 1 million EMC. You can see here. This one's 1,268,460. But we're actually going to put a storage disk in there rather than a storage part, just because we might as well. Alright, let's put the storage disk right here, or the disk drive. Throw all of that in there. We currently have 3 million space. That's a little bit. Let's see. So what we want to do is, I don't know if we can immediately do this, is get a network receiver and transceiver, or transmitter and receiver. I do want to do this. It looks like we have enough stuff. So let's get this going real quick. And what we're going to use that for is actually put the grid over here rather than actually putting it in the basement. We'll probably put one in each place, but I want to be able to, you know, have the storage still over in this house rather than just not, I guess. Alright, so let's see. So we need, what do we need? So transmitter and receiver. And we'll need 2 machine casings, advanced processors, distraction core, construction core. I think they're both the same, they're just flipped, right? So, okay. We need 6 of these. We'll need some netherite, which is right here. We'll just need 2 of those. We'll just need some cores, so we'll need some advanced processors. We'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Actually, hold on. How many do I need? 4? Okay, 4 is what I needed, so I made 1 extra. That's fine. Alright, and then construction, deconstruction. I think these both are using the same processor. So we'll get 2? Well, no, we'll need 4, but I think it's 2 per each of the core type, I think. Alright, so go here, glowstone, and then what else? Quartz and glowstone. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I get it right. Alright, so let's make... Oh no, we actually just need to go smelt these. Let's go smelt the processors real quick. I want to upgrade this furnace 2 sometime, just because I think this will be just a good furnace to use no matter what. Because if we put the recipe here and we do use, we could get the rainbow plating, or we could actually just get the netherite furnace. But the rainbow plating is used for the rainbow furnace, which requires a rainbow core, which the recipe for that is 2 netherite furnaces. So I mean that's obtainable, but just probably not convenient right now. But if we wanted to go for that, we could sooner or later. And I assume that it's just super powerful furnace, hopefully. I don't know, we'll have to test that, because this is the first time I've ever used iron furnaces, so I honestly have to say I do like the mod so far. Alright, so we need 2 of these, 2 of these, and we'll need 2 machine casings, which require stone. So let's get 2 machine casings, a network transceiver, or transmitter. I'm going to keep doing that, and receiver. Okay, so I'm also going to press F3H so I get rid of the tag stuff. So let's see. And we'll also need a network card, which I guess works out because we actually made 1 more advanced processor than we need. Do we have any paper? Yes. Alright, so which one is which? Because I always kind of forget. Missing networking card. Okay, so this one looks like it's the... we're going to figure it out. I always forget, so we're just going to put this down. Or is it this one? I think it's that one. So, wait, receiver... No, wait, hold on. I'm so confused. Let's do this. Okay, so I think transmitter, right? And then that transmits a signal to over here. Okay. Shift right click. Oh, no, not that. Get in my inventory. Shift right click with the card. And we go back to the transmitter. And that's probably not the permanent place. I'll probably move it later date. Okay, and then we grab a grid. So at refined crafting grid. Okay, crafting grid. Not a or is it a crafting monitor? I think it's a crafting grid. Right, so we just get a normal grid. Okay, so the normal grid is 2 improved processors. Okay, and then we'll need 2 more of those cores. Alrighty, so there's a crafting grid. Alright, so I've also moved this down. Let's also grab some cable. So just cable, that's not too expensive. Let's just grab some of that. We'll put one here, put the grid here, and this will work for now. And we can just start chucking everything in here. Right? We don't really have to worry about space too much. So, that's a good thing. And sooner or later we'll set up everything to actually be putting stuff into these containers. The drawers next to me. Just not right now though. We'll set that up at a later date. I think that's everything out of there. We'll just toss that in there. And let's actually grab my pickaxe so we can break these chests. Where did that pickaxe go? Okay, there it is. Okay, we're just gonna leave that chest alone. All our valuable goodies. Alright. All of this stuff. And yes, I did just break those down, but since I don't have a compacting drawer for those. It's kind of more of annoying to just keep, you know, blocks in there. Oh goodness, this is going to be a whole bunch of junk. That's okay. A little bit more organized than the junk factory, though. Man, there's so much stuff. Alright, let me get everything in here and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that is everything in this in the storage system for now, at least. We can actually remove these things, and we'll do let's see, JEI synchronized, and then we'll do refined bus storage. Oh, what is it called? External storage? That's what it's called. Alright, let's make a couple of those. And a couple of those. And we'll go smelt that real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now what we can do is, this might look sloppy as can be here, but that is a-okay. So we're gonna have to do is then we can route this under, I'm assuming like back here, so kind of like under the walls, right? We'll probably need some more cables, so let's just go get those real quick. All right, 12 more of those, that should work. And we'll just route this to the very back. Okay, and we'll do priority just 100. Items, extract, insert and extract. Okay, and we can just reset the floor here, and we'll have that spot open, which I don't know if I like. We'll live with it for right now. We'll figure out something in the future. But we should have access to all of our ores, which is good, or all of our ingots. Okay, we pull out a stack, we should see 487. We throw in a stack, we should see whatever that is. So 551. Okay, so that's good. So that's working. We now have access to all those. We need to get this as well, but I don't actually have a storage drawer for that. So let's get a controller real quick here. We'll set up this a little bit more. So drawer controller, we'll need some of these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we don't have any more redstone, hence why I need to hook this up. So redstone, we should need one more. Then we'll do controller. It's 2 L's, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so, and then we'll do 2 of these bad boys. We'll get a drawer, so we'll do chest. I don't have any more normal chests. And I can do planks, right? And then get those chests. Okay, and then add storage, controller. Okay, and we can just put it at the bottom here. I think we could actually put this directly at the bottom. So I'm like thinking like right there. So let's get a external storage. All right, let me get these and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's that hooked up. I just closed it up so we don't have to worry about it, but you can see the redstone's in there and all of that fancy jazz. I really just, let me try something here. Right, let's grab one of these. Let's see if this will break the game here. All right, let's try this here. So let's knock this out. Let's just push this back a little bit here. We'll do an entangle block. Right click with that, and we'll do a storage bus, an external storage. This is not AE2. I keep saying that. And then we'll do priority 100, set, export, import, all of that jazz. We'll grab a piece of cobblestone, cover that up. Actually, let me grab that cable out there. Okay, is that working? Okay, that looks like it's working. All right, so that's awesome. So that way we have a clean room still, and we'll be able to do that. We could probably do an entangled thing to actually get this to work, but that's fine. We're good for now. All right, so that is our storage system set up, and I think that is going to be the end of this episode. I think next episode we'll work on some other things. I definitely want to get a look at the rainbow furnace. I want to look at that. I'm kind of interested and intrigued, so we'll see if we can actually make that next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.